The first time I met the alien girl, I was arguing with a vending machine. Port Meridian was the kind of space station where even the screws looked tired. I had arrived as part of the Human Systems Outreach Program, glorified customer support for a galaxy that still treated us like unpredictable deathworlders. My job was simple: help non-humans navigate human tech and, when necessary, help humans avoid offending everyone else. The machine refused to accept my credit sheet, and I muttered something unprofessional about its ancestry. That was when a small voice behind me said, in careful trade common, "It is not broken. You are using it wrong." I turned and saw her, barely taller than my waist, lavender skin dusted with pale freckles, and eyes like polished obsidian. She belonged to the Thalani species, famous for their diplomacy and equally famous for avoiding humans whenever possible. Yet here she was, holding a data slate and staring at me with fearless curiosity. "I've used these machines for years," I replied. "Yes," she said, "but you are still wrong." She stepped forward, tapped the side panel with 3 delicate fingers, and the machine hummed obediently. A packet of station coffee dropped into the tray. She picked it up and handed it to me as though awarding a prize. "You see, human Kareem?" Wrong. That was another surprise. She knew my name. I learned hers soon after, Miri. She claimed she was waiting for her mother, who was attending some interspecies council meeting. While we talked, I noticed other Thalani giving us wide, nervous glances. The child ignored them all. "You help people," Miri said, reading my uniform badge. "Mother says humans help in strange ways." "Sometimes," I admitted. She considered that seriously. Then she asked if I would walk with her through the market ring because the station was loud and Thalani hearing was sensitive. I agreed, mostly because saying no to a lone kid felt illegal in any star system. As we wandered, she told me stories about her homeworld: floating gardens, singing oceans, schools shaped like spirals. She spoke with the formal tone of someone taught to be careful with every word. I wondered what kind of mother raised such a poised little person. Before leaving, she tugged my sleeve and whispered, "My mother wants to meet you, human." I laughed, thinking it was a child's exaggeration. I didn't know it was an invitation that would rearrange my life. Beginning, middle. 2 days later, a message arrived through official channels. The Thalani delegation requested cultural consultation from the nearest human specialist. That, unfortunately, was me. I was escorted to the embassy sector, a polished bubble of calm utterly unlike the rest of Meridian. Miri was waiting at the door, bouncing on her heels. "You came. Mother will be pleased." Her mother, Ambassador Selva, was not what I expected. Thalani adults are tall, elegant, intimidating in the way statues are intimidating. Selva looked all of that. Yet when she saw me, her expression softened with visible relief. "Specialist Kareem," she said, "thank you for answering." The meeting began as routine. She asked about human family customs, education systems, safety regulations for minors interacting with other species. Her questions were oddly specific. Halfway through, the ambassador dismissed her aides. Only Miri remained, sitting proudly beside her. Selva folded her hands. "I will speak plainly. My daughter has chosen you." "Chosen me for what?" "For trust," the child answered before her mother could. "I told her you are safe." The ambassador explained that Thalani children sometimes imprint on individuals they believe capable of protecting their lineage. Because humans had recently defended several border colonies, Miri had become fascinated with our kind. After meeting me, she insisted I was the one. "I'm just a station tech," I protested. "Humans underestimate themselves," Selva said gently. You walked with a lone child while my own people hesitated. That carries meaning. Meaning, apparently, heavy enough to involve background checks and a formal dinner invitation. During that dinner I discovered the real problem. The Thalany Council planned to relocate refugee families to human-governed space, but many feared us. Selva wanted my help designing integration protocols. I worked with her for weeks, drafting guidelines, testing translators, teaching Thalany how to survive human school cafeterias. Miri followed me everywhere like a tiny supervisor. Slowly the nervous distance between our species thinned. Traders greeted us together. Children stopped hiding behind stalls. Someone painted a mural of a human holding a Thalany kid's hand, captioned, "Courage has many shapes." I began to think the project would end there, with paperwork and polite goodbyes. Then the attack came. Middle ending. A militant group opposed the relocation plan. They targeted the embassy sector with pulse mines. Human security reacted first. Thalany guards froze, unprepared for violence in what they believed sacred space. I was reviewing data when alarms shrieked. Selva was in the council dome on the far side of the station. Miri was with me. The corridor filled with smoke and screaming metal. I grabbed the child and ran toward the human quarter where emergency shelters were hardened like bunkers. She clung to my neck, trusting a deathwalder heartbeat over her own kind's paralysis. We passed Thalany families trapped behind sealed doors. Training said evacuate the asset only. Being human said something louder. I overrode panels with my outreach codes, pulling people into our wake. Human medics opened a path for us though regulations burned in their eyes. By the time we reached Shelter 7, 23 Thalany were following a single human who had started his day fighting a vending machine. Selva found us hours later after the militants were defeated. Her composure cracked when she saw her daughter alive. Miri ran to her, then stopped, turned back, and seized my hand again. He saved many mothers, the girl declared to the entire dome. So I may borrow him for mine. The council witnesses murmured, because in Thalany culture that sentence was close to a proposal of kinship. Selva approached me. You risked everything. That's what we do, I said, surprised by how true it felt. Integration proceeded faster after that. Thalany media broadcast the evacuation footage, humans carrying children, sharing shelters, breaking rules to keep strangers breathing. The narrative about our species shifted from dangerous to devoted. The ambassador asked if I would continue as liaison on the first transport to human space. I agreed. Miri celebrated by buying me 6 packets of illegal sugar candy. Before departure night, she whispered the title line again, amused that I finally understood. Mother truly wanted to meet you, human Kareem. Now the stars know why. On the observation deck, Selva thanked me with a formal Thalany bow, then with something informal, a careful embrace learned from humans. She admitted she had once feared raising a child near our kind. I was wrong, she echoed her daughter's favorite verdict. The transport launched at dawn. Through the viewport I watched Meridian shrink while Thalany families practiced new laughter around me. Miri sat beside her mother, still holding my hand like an anchor linking 2 worlds. Years have passed since. The refugee gardens now float above New Lahore Colony, and Thalany children attend mixed schools where they argue with vending machines exactly as humans do. I visit often, greeted as borrowed father of many. Ambassador Selva eventually retired and opened a cultural center dedicated to interspecies families. At the entrance stands the old mural relocated from Meridian, paint faded, message bright. I sometimes tell Miri how a single walk changed history. She only smiles and taps the wall. You see, Kareem? Galaxy used it wrong. Then human fixed panel. And somewhere a vending machine, I'm certain, still fears our species. The end.